carried away.
We have a game, ladies and gentlemen, another best of 5 in W League Europe. Hawk versus XlorD. This is equally hyped to last week's Thorzane versus Spiral, I guess. I'm expecting a lot from this game. We have the picks and bans of maps. XlorD getting rid of Terran Stand, as it's pretty easy to expand there. Twisted is out for Hawk, and the first pick for the Undead is Last Refuge. Actually, this surprises me a lot. I just looked it up. This is the first time ever that these two players play each other.
What?
Yeah.
Doesn't sound right.
Yeah, that's what I thought. But apparently, that's the case.
I guess they don't play the same tournaments very often. It's not like XlorD has played a lot of Gold League, WGL and stuff. XlorD has came back recently, and a lot of the tournaments that he has played, Hawk wasn't in, like Iron Couch, that he won, and all that stuff.
Maybe back in the day, Hawk was playing the WC3L, right? WC3L, yeah.
But I feel like Hawk was the generation after XlorD, though.
Well, he was there, I think, in 2010 or 9 and 10 already. But I don't know if he played.
I feel like XlorD wasn't playing when Hawk really became one of the top players.
That's true. That was a little later.
Yeah. Or in my mind, at least.
All right.
Not super good at timelines.
First time ever. XlorD from Germany in blue in the bottom left, and in the upper right from Russia for MTW in the red is Hawk. Yeah, there's a little chit chat going on. Todd mentioned it before in the pre-game talks.
Yeah.
XlorD. Some part of him never grow up, and yeah, this is what we expect from him, I guess. This is what
he's having fun, Neo. He's having fun.
Yeah.
This is what we learned from OG at the International. It's important that you have fun. It's what it's all about. As long as you enjoy what you're doing, you're gonna be successful, I guess, is the lesson there. Hawk starting off with the first green camp. Hawk, in my opinion, absolutely an expansion player. Seems like that is almost always his favorite style against Undead. Would actually be surprised if he doesn't do that here. XlorD gonna try to pull out the creeps, be annoying and stuff with the Acolyte, but actually no, opts for some creeping first instead. Not on the happy train of instant level 1 aggression, but rather starting off, with the DK gathering his own bit of experience. What do you think is stronger? What is more annoying to play against? What is stronger for the Undead to go for, in your opinion, Todd?
I think it depends on the maps. Like on certain maps where it's easier to expand, like Echo Isle, for example, maybe going Dreadlord and expand is very tough to face. But on the map like this, I think what XlorD's doing is right. You know, fastest night, you harass a little bit, and then you go into Fiends and you play somewhat standard. I would say though about Hawk, he's really good when it comes down to playing one base as well. Even though he's obviously a lot of the time you're gonna see him expand. I remember when Happy started leveling on BNet and had his insane win rate account. I love Necropolis. Hawk beat him on Turtle Rock of all maps.
Close positions, yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, with tier 3, he went Gryphon and stuff, and then later there was Banshees, he added Mortars, he just played it so insane. And the game that he just won on NetEase a couple days ago, on Concealed Hill, which is one of the hardest maps currently, I think, against Undead, because you can't really expand. So he played a rifle caster style, and then expanded after reaching tier 3 and getting orb and everything. And then Happy attacked into him and Hawk defended perfectly and Hawk won.
Damn. And he is playing one base here. I would have lost a good bit of money if you guys would have taken me up on a bet. I would have definitely said fast expansion. I would have been wrong because tier 2 is on the way now for Hawk as well. As for XlorD, of course, DK already dropping low but is level 2, so that's fine, I suppose. Thank you very much, Stars and Stripes, with a €20 donation. It's that time again, man! Boom, boom, boom. Stars and Stripes, one of the biggest XlorD fans out there, cheering for his boy. Well, Tech is...
You picked the wrong matchup for us. I think your boy's about to get beheaded.
What are you saying, 3-0?
I feel like 3-1 Hawk, maybe 3-2. But I'm hoping 3-0.
I feel it's pretty crazy how how fast XlorD got back to the top of the European scene, at least top 10. I think he wasn't playing for a long time. He had some accounts on W3 Arena, also playing on the side a little bit, but
I think he was probably smurfing, to be honest. A lot of the time those things get blown a little bit out of proportion. It's oh, he was so inactive and then he came back. I don't know. I'm a skeptical on that. I'm a doubter.
Yeah, I know that he was... Oh, actually, DK in a little bit of trouble. I know he had top 10 accounts on pretty much every ladder, but this is always a little different than like tournaments. He came to the Iron Couch and won that thing. Like that I feel is always pretty crazy.
Yeah. There, it seemed like he had the mojo as well. Like it seemed like everything he was doing, especially in the grand final, was working out. More recently, he had a rematch against Neutron at the EGG. There he lost, and in my opinion, played quite a bit worse than he did at Iron Couch. And it was Foggy and Neutron in the top 2.
Yeah, really... Sorry, go ahead.
On Eddies, I was about to say, already at WGL and previous to that, the one-base tier 3 rifle play was all the rage. I wonder if that's what Hawk's going for here.
Yeah, like I said, like that's the build that he won against Happy with recently, and he's really good at it. Then again, there is always a strong argument for tier 2 expand as being one of the stronger things here that you can do. They really fought hard for the script on the Expo, by the way, which Hawk got the slightly better end of getting the Augur, and the Archmage is buff right now.
Yeah, the inventory
Mental
is absolutely. +5 in, +11 damage. Good trades for him. So they fight for creeps again. And XlorD kind of needs the levels here. He needs level 3. He's half a level behind. Not really what you want, but with the 2 rifles, seems like Hawk can do this.
And the way we saw Happy be so aggressive against the one-base playing humans was get decent levels early, but more importantly, maintain your HP in the early game, and then don't let the MK creep. Never let him get to level 3. Once the DK drops low, like he is right now, it's hard to engage, really. It's hard to contest for the cast because the MK is there now with the Stormbolt, obviously. And I think XlorD took too much damage in the early game. I think he was too eager to try to get these last hits, and Hawk exploited this perfectly well. And now on tier 2, seems to be pretty easily creeping up. It's not like it's necessarily bad for the undead trading experience. It goes both ways. It's like good for both sides, excuse me. But the thing is, on tier 3 with Orb and everything, Lich is fine on level 2. MK is not fine on level 2. He needs to get level 3.
I don't know if he will sell the Scroll of the Beast. A lot of the time I think it's going to be a sell. Sometimes some people keep it, wait until they've killed destroyers, or maybe try to fight before, which shouldn't really be the priority. So yeah, in that game that Hawk won against Happy recently, he was playing that style, and he ignored upkeep as well. He went like into like over 50 towards like 55 pretty quickly, and then later on expanded. It was a really weird way that he played that, and I think Happy attacking into him really played in Hawk's favor in that game, because he went straight for tier 3, he had the Paladin, he had the Orb, and then he was being attacked into like whenever he was getting the real power spikes of his strategy.
That sounds pretty good. Oh, we got a Pit Lord third.
A player's forces are under
For Howl of Terror and Cleave. Can of course be dispelled, so then it's only the damage later, but I feel like a depth upgrade for the priest. Okay, it's 30% done. Master upgrade will follow. I don't
like that at all.
I don't know what to think about the Pit Lord. Like, yeah, Cleave is good, the tankiness is good, but is it better than a Dark Ranger or a Dreadlord?
I think even a Crypt Lord is better. Like, I feel like against this human army, you want some kind of control. Either silence or a slow, you know? Like, with a lockdown and also preventing your opponents from doing too much damage by, you know, disabling their spells, you can find kills with the Orb one after the next. The Pit Lord, he's a good hero on paper, manipulating the numbers, but he never influences the fight. He doesn't have any kind of control. And also, he really doesn't scale well.
I think from Undeads, what I've heard before is that, like, so right now if you face Rifle Caster and you go for Dark Ranger 3rd, there's Dispel already, so silence can be removed, which is the main argument for going for the Dark Ranger, so maybe that's why we're seeing less of that sometimes in some of those games. Crypt Lords, if he comes into the game here, it's going to be level 1. He'll have 2 Impels.
Yeah.
With that won't necessarily do that much damage, you know, you can just use heal scrolls and stuff, so I mean, I think it's still good, but the argument, I think, for going Pit Lord here is that you're gonna have a real tank at the front, and you're gonna not have to kite like you usually do. You're just gonna stand there, you target everything down, you coil the Pit Lord every time he goes low. He's doing a lot of cleave damage at the front. It just makes it really hard for a human to deal with that, but obviously now that the Orb comes into play, you can still burst it down and kill it pretty fast, but the Rune Bracer is actually a really nice item to have on that.
Yeah,
so
the
yeah,
items,
it's a different...
in general are super crazy. Katka's pipe on the undead side, plus the rune braces on the human side. We have the unholy aura and a mana stone. Like, these inventories are already out of control. I really like what XlorD did here though, stealing the mercenary camp, stealing the red spot. So it's not that easy for Hawk to get the paladin right now.
Yeah, they both got the streamer loot. Yeah, but Paladin's gonna skyrocket straight to level 2. And I guess the last few camps here that they could try and compete for are gonna be towards the bottom with the mercenary camp and the camp at the bottom right hand side. I wonder if Hawk might go there actually, or does he try to expand sometime soon? Does he not give a shit about upkeep like he usually doesn't and go straight above it?
A player's forces are under attack.
It's a pretty weird game for considering the level we're on, which is a very high level. This is like the highest level in Europe. Which is just the two players ignoring each other and creeping up the whole map. This is usually more like lower level ladder play. Maybe, you know, my level and stuff. But we're almost soaked up now here on the map. We almost have no creeps remaining. It's actually XlorD attempting the expansion first. Getting the level 4 on the DK. Going for the Death Pact, wanting to be on the safe side of things. Hawk is here. And with Inner Fire, these rifles are pretty strong. 2-0 upgraded as well.
Yeah, Hawk actually broke upkeep, and XlorD's the one trying to expand. It's just like he needs more units.
Bash on the Pit Lord. Holy Light comes as well, but man, he's so tanky. Trying to nuke the Mountain King now that there's plenty of mana for more, and now the Score of the Beast, there's no Destroyer up, so these Riflemen do an insane amount of damage. Also the Archmage, plus 28. But the coils are there. The question is for how long. Okay, the DK got a Mana Stone as well. Needs to use it soon. Pit Lord is safe again, but yeah, the Human Orb, man, wrecks the healing. Now the Paladin under focus fire. Coil Nova doesn't work. And XlorD
By the way,
holds this for now.
he didn't even cancel the expo.
Yep.
I can't believe this. He's
Okay.
like, nah, I got this.
Now he
It's
does.
alright, no problem.
Are under attack.
Yeah, that was very ambitious to let that go on for this much longer, especially since humans not expanding. In the meantime, Hawk broke that upkeep. He's actually sending militia across the map. The hell? Was he planning on fighting with this, or does he want to expand down there?
That would be pretty.
He's gonna
Okay.
expand.
Yeah, here on the high ground. Okay.
Oh, by the way, if he gets this camp with just the Paladin and gets level 3... Okay, never mind, he's not doing that. I think it would have been so good here to get Paladin level 3. Because then the nuke with the orb on the Pit Lords, he's just gonna blow that up.
Nothing left on
AM
the
plus
map.
28, by the way. Not bad.
That's ridiculous.
Talisman for the Paladin is actually really good. Paladin's the weakest part of this army, so it protects him with the greater healing and the Talisman.
Both players expanding in the corners, wow.
Super rare to see. 3-0 upgrade for the Rifleman
A player's
is
forces
done
are
pretty
under
much
attack.
now. Master
Where
training
does
for
he
the
TP?
Priest right here. Yep.
Where? I guess it doesn't matter because XlorD's disengaging,
Yeah.
which I like actually.
He's still in no upkeep, so he's getting a lot more gold than Hawk currently. Still at 800 now, breaking upkeep. All right. Do you see a temple? Yeah, okay. There's Banshees coming. There's more Abominations coming. Not going hard on Destroyers at all, which I kind of like. What's up?
3-0 rifles, dude. Oh, I can feel it already.
Pretty good units, huh?
It's so sick, the auras that they got, honestly, like, you really, like, the items, the whole game.
A player's forces are
Even the
under
Lich has a bunch of good stuff. I feel like if XlorD just plays slows from here, like Lamines from his expo, and gets like 280 supply, he's gonna be in a very decent spot here for the Pit Lord to cleave away at everything. Nice goal at the bottom, by the way, scouting for that expo and actually being annoying.
There's no tower yet. Also Hawk going, XlorD here going for a Zeppelin. I think Hawk saw that. I'm not too sure about it.
I think he would be home if he had seen it.
He sees the blight on the low ground and is moving up to the high ground anyways. Alright, the jig is up.
And how much damage can we do in the base? Here's the Nova. There's an Abomination. Here's Cleave. That's a lot of kills for XlorD. Ripping this peasant line apart, but he will pay with his expansion for this.
How quick can he kill it though? This is pretty expensive.
Yeah. Can TP as well.
I'm surprised, by the way, that XlorD pulled back the goal that he had on the bottom right. I think maybe he missed the tunnel.
Huh.
Because a ghoul went there a second ago. Maybe he didn't see the tunnel and then went back. That was really weird. Okay, TP for a TP. And XlorD's gonna restart that expo here almost immediately. So now there's like XlorD is going for Banshees, which is a little weird. I guess he wants to make sure he can't get nuked by those human heroes, but against that many rifles with inner fire, it feels like you need like 3 to 4 destroyers. Like I think we talked about this, right, Remo? You need a ton of bombs and a ton of destroyers.
We did
and
talk
he's not
about
getting
this,
that.
yes.
He's not getting that right now. He's getting a lot of Banshees instead. I'm not
Alright.
sure how I feel about this.
This is the point in the game where I'm like, I haven't seen the answer to this yet. This is ultimate late game human territory. As soon as he gets Pally 3, this is basically perfect, as far as I'm concerned.
What
Oh
not
my god,
perfect
those ghouls.
is this DK being stunned, being slowed, but the anti-magic is helping. Yeah, ghouls are not going for the expo. He has no idea about this. Todd's right.
They go for the main base, which they're gonna wreck there anyway. Yeah, even as the Zeppelin for the escape. That's really nicely done by
Nice.
XlorD. You know what this is, where he acquired this skill to do this? Playing Zerg on StarCraft 2 with Zergling run-bys.
Did he play Zerg?
Yeah.
Player's forces are
But Hawk says, screw this. You go into my base, I can't go into your base. And he has a lot more firepower. Forcing Exi to retreat now. Coilnova on Sorceress takes that one out easily. But the DK suffers half HP damage. Already very hurt, still getting slowed, still more damage.
There's no TP.
And the anti-magic is protecting these fiends rather nicely. Also the Pit Lord. But the right clicks are still coming in hot and fast. Coil flying, but of course reduced healing. One destroyer being morphed now to deal with the slow.
It's gonna need more than one. Yeah, the army has inner fire.
And the water elementals are super strong as well against this. This is not looking too good for XlorD. 60 supply for him, but the main base... Oh, actually, he's taking out the blacksmith. To get rid of the rifles, not okay. The militia is there now.
He's just gonna base straight.
Yeah.
I actually didn't see the town hall, how ridiculous.
He's trying to force a TP, which I like because he wasn't winning the fight on the other side of the map. I cannot believe he didn't see that expo on the bottom right. Like one ghoul there would have wrecked everything.
He's getting 2 kills for free. There's a TP on the DK now, but I guess he's losing the Black Citadel. And Acolytes as well. Oh boy. It's 3 Acolytes wrecked already. Of course he has a backup. But the Black Citadel is gone. Will it be the same for the castle? Nope. TP in. TP out. Oh. No TP
Oh,
out
and
yet.
XlorD was trying to TP inside of his main base, so now the TP got
Oh,
cancelled.
yeah.
Because
Did
he
he not
lost the
realize?
Necropolis.
He didn't realize! He
And
needs
he's
to
not-
TP to the expansion.
Yeah, he can do that. Why is he not doing it?
Oh,
He changed his mind, he wants to fight.
He can't fight. There's no way.
I think... Does he not
wants to
realize he
make-
can TP?
Maybe.
Because usually, like, you don't always have a Necropolis on your expo. Oh my god, that's Zeppelin. 59 supply to 39. Look at the supply, guys.
I was waiting for it. We finally got it.
Look at the statue. Statue scouts the base and is like, are you kidding me right
Yeah.
now?
a town is under siege.
I'm gonna kill all of
Player's
you.
forces are
Every
under
single one
attack.
of you.
It will take
It
an
is statue
eternity,
attack.
but yeah, sure.
Oh,
Oh my god, the Zepp-
rifles
oh
kill
my
the
god.
Zeppelin.
Oh no.
There is a TP. Alright then.
I just remembered. Actually, there's some rifles there by themselves.
Oh, that army is dizzy. No problem.
Okay, so Banshees don't counter this army.
Yeah.
I knew that when before I saw it, but that was confirmed here. I really think, honestly, like Remo, I'm not joking. If he has 4 to 5 A-bombs and then 3 to 4 destroyers, I know it's hard to get this army, but in this game he could have gotten to there.
Yeah.
I actually think he can win the fight head on. Because there weren't an insane amount of healing scrolls either from Hawk. So
But he
if
has to
this-
go. He has to go Crypt Lord then, right?
I think even with Pit Lord here, he could have done it
No,
with his
I
items in this game. Because he would have cleaved the way for like a long time. Like the A-bombs would have been so tanky and help as well. And the destroyers would have done a ton of damage because they would keep on getting mana from like all the inner fire stuff.
Ooh, Pit Lord.
Honestly, it's hard for me to say. I don't know the answer yet because whenever I've seen this style, it hasn't really been defeated. But it's hard to get here. This is, it's like easy to say, oh, this human army is so strong, you know, it's hard to beat. But getting there, that's the problem. Getting there is the difficulty. And I think this is where XlorD's mistake was this game. Not the units he made, not like the wrong army comp. I think he played this too passively. I think he lost too much health early on. Then he couldn't prevent the MK's leveling. I think that's the way to play against the strat. Lich, by the way, about to die.
How many
Next
involts
one.
did he have? Because he still has 2 on the Death Knight.
He bought pretty much everything, but for how much longer? Stun goes through the shield, of course. Blocking, Holy Light, no block actually. Holy Light not chasing too much. So what's XlorD's options now?
Get the fuck out of the game.
A player's forces are under attack.
Not rebuilding the Black Citadel. Only 4 acolytes in the mine, in the main. Only 4 in the north as well. Now there's the 5th one.
The Lich can't even buy a potion because he's not here too.
He does, yeah, that's
Oh
gotta
my
be
God.
game. I think there's one last attempt in Hog's base, but this Pit Lord looks nice. Didn't do too much though.
He could actually just staff the Mountain King and kill everything. Just
A player's forces are under attack.
and finally the ghouls on the bottom right hand side.
Yeah.
Just a little late.
Yeah, that scouting mistake really cost him.
Yeah, that was so weird because he specifically sent it there. I thought, but he must have missed the tunnel. Maybe it was like Hawk's strategic tunnel placement. You know, in the very top right corner of the station.
Sure, why not? Let's say it. Alright, he wants to get level 5 DK before he taps out, maybe? Is that the idea? It oftentimes feels like XlorD is also... like, he plays with a lot of psychological tricks. Maybe he just wants to annoy him.
Yeah.
Maybe that's it.
Well, just existing is enough for that.
That's the GG. Map number 1 goes to the Russian, who is considered the favorite here. I guess it's not gonna be a 2-0 or a 5-0 here in this best of 5.
Oh my god, can somebody ban this guy in the channel?
Which one?
The one on BNet.
Yeah. I don't think that works though. Not too sure. Just ignore.
Map 2? Yeah, Northern.
Okay.
I mean, this style is playable anywhere, right? Is there any map you would refrain from playing this style, Todd, for any reason?
No, like, I mean, you can open rifle caster on every map, but I feel like for sure as Undead you can start making some better adjustments on like what timings you can go into and getting the perfect army composition. And yeah, that third hero pick is very interesting. Like, do we see XlorD maybe mix in a different one now?
Pretty sure about that.
I think if you go
going
for
back to
all-out
Dogma.
run-by style, which XlorD will oftentimes do in multiple matchups, I think then the Pit Lord can be good. Like, just against the militia, cleave can be good in theory. But then again, kind of every hero is good against, or is good for just run-bys. Yeah, if you want to go for the straight-up fight, I think your best bet would be Dark Ranger or Crypt Lord. But most importantly, don't wait for human 60 supply. Don't wait for 3 attack upgrades. Don't wait for level 3 MK. Fight before. Harass before. And slow down the human.
By the way, shout out to the Muslim. He's in the chat. He's been playing a lot of Warcraft 3. He won his
really?
first game against me recently. He's been beating a lot of good players actually.
Not bad.
Wow.
Becoming a beast. Not bad for the 4K mascot.
Mascot. Oh, wow.
I'm just kidding, Ben. I love you.
Wasn't that Lil DC at the end?
Nah, it was Fury, really. They're gonna hate me for this. By the way, big and important decision here for Hawk. Does he stick to the same style or does he expand? Because on this map, fast expanding is actually somewhat common as well.
But isn't it harder here than on LR? Like,
Yes!
if you lose the 2 big creeps here, it's a nightmare, right?
Yeah, but like, if you wait for nights, it's not actually that hard to expand. If you do like 2 small camps or something, and then you go there at night with maybe like 6 militia, it's not like I consider Concealed Hill much harder to expand on than this.
Yeah. I mean, concealed is number 1, right? Or the worst in.
Yeah.
Number 1 worst. But if you go two green into Expo, also a little bit late, the DK can still get the last hit with a coil. If he's got good movement, maybe he even steals the item. I mean, it's a doable expansion, of course.
Yeah.
Every expansion is doable, aside from perhaps concealed. But yeah, depends on what Hawk feels most comfortable with. If he just really likes this newer style of one-base tier 3 rifles, maybe he's gonna do it again.
What's the saying? You don't change your winning strategy.
That is what they say. True.
So again, we go from green to most likely expansion. Let's see how XlorD is harassing this time. Last game he went for a creep spot before. That's exactly what he does now as well. Kicking up the Murloc. Really, like, isn't that just... Well, of course, Hawk is not really going for a strong creep spot, but don't you want to be in your opponent's face right away?
The idea is you're not going to be able to steal any creeps from the first camp anyways, and because it's Hawk, you can't really put pressure on the AM or kill water elementals or footies, so the only thing you can realistically achieve is a bit of creeping first, and it's still fast enough to harass the expansion coming up after. On the old Northern Isles, humans could go for the instant expansion. On the new, not possible, so yeah, I think that's the thinking here by XlorD. And of course the
farm, by the way.
Oh yeah. Counter argument, of course,
expand.
to this is that Happy always plays level 1 aggression, but I think that can be a trap as well, because only Happy can play it like that, at least from what I've seen. So yeah, I think I like this approach by XlorD.
Happy never creeps in his small camp early on?
Never. Always level 1 instant aggression. Always. Always. Every single game against human.
See, like when it's night, you can get close to the creeps without taking damage, and then you start the camp. I think that's why, like, it's actually okay to creep these, but I agree also with your counterpoint that if Death Knight puts in some really good work here around this expo, like, it's gonna be harder. Steals one of the creep here. It's a lot about the ogre as well.
It's all about level 2. That's the most important thing here for XlorD. He's going for one peasant. That's level 2. Boom, there we go. Now he's the aura. If he falls back a little, he can make use of the replenishment, which Neo unbelievably hates for whatever reason.
Not hating it. In this situation, it's really good, but he can't buy enough time to steal this one as well. It's level 2 for the Archmage. DK is still hurt, not using that potion. And there's no Rod of Necromancy anymore, so what can he really do? He can't really steal kills. One footman maybe, but he doesn't want to go back into the skirmish again.
Oh, the peon! The peasant!
Good lasted.
This is the only peasant that died, though. No, two peasants died. Okay.
So what's the verdict? Can you expand on this map or not, Remo?
Hell yeah. Look at him. He's kind of spurging out over at the expansion right now. You see this?
Oh my god, this is human AI for you here.
There we go.
He actually builds it in the right corner. Usually people put it at the bottom.
True. A player's forces are under attack.
They must have said BRB uploading replay versus Todd.
Yeah.
Please don't.
So, tier 2 is done. No Lich in production yet. Okay, builds it now.
Does he have backpack? No. Okay. Got more skeletons from the main, I guess. Oh, these peasants looking mighty exposed. First one dies just to the right clicks. There's more coils. There's a lot of coils on this DK. He saved so much mana from the early game.
Well, he used the replenishment.
Yeah, he had a replenishment potion.
It's only 75 mana though. He still, didn't use that much. And he cancels the tower. That's a big deal. If this arcane doesn't come up, this makes things much, much easier for the undead. Oh, this is a lot of peasant kills. Yeah. Okay.
And the Lich is not even here. Like, this is gonna be worse in a bit. He's level 2.5 already. Skeleton's still getting kills here.
So, I gotta ask again, what do you think, Remo? Can he expand?
He's still
I feel like you should have been the one that should have asked.
He's still doing it. Small mistake that's easy to make. Hawk wasn't checking the corners, wasn't checking this avenue for the undead coming in. If he has a footy parked there and he's responding to this by walking over with the footies there early, this is going to be much less damage. But slight oversight there by him, letting this little run-by attempt happen easily. That was, what, 4 peasant kills? That hurts. That hurts a hell of a lot.
Finally, level 3 here, very important. Yeah, it hurts not only because it delays the expo, but usually you have to replace those guys with the peasants from the main base. So then that's even less peasants that you have on wood in the main base, which you need after you tech. So now Hawk, he remade some peasants, but he only has 5 on wood in the main base. That's like very low amounts. He's gonna have to, I guess, get a whole bunch from his expo, but his wood count is still gonna be much lower than where you would like to be at right now.
There's no way he's gonna be able to rush tier 3, right? Or...
It's gonna be tough. Ideally, you would love to be able to go for a Shredder, that's why Undead's gonna stay on you. And in this case, with the tower not being up on the expo... Oh, he got another Rejuvenation potion. Or replenishment. A consumable, as Neo would say every single time.
Sorry.
I hate this word, consumable.
Why? It is consumable.
I know, but I just don't like the word.
Come up with a better one and I steal it from you.
I'll try.
With the DK now level 3 and mana still looking good for the undead side, it's hard to hold on with these footies. He's got 5. That is not really where you want to be. You want to be higher ideally. He's got defend. Nice splits there actually, but still ate a fairly big Nova. Lich still has more mana left. Really good items for the Lich. Intelligence on the Lich is a really big deal, which is why he scales so well with levels. With already +5, he's packing quite the punch. AM trading hits, eating the Coil Nova, maybe forced into the TP. Most certainly will, with the DK sharking. It's a 6-second cooldown on the Coil. He's trying to burn the mana with the Arcane. But Coil still flies.
Yep. Was a panic reaction, I guess, right? There's no shop there.
No,
he needed 2. Yeah, he needed 2. Otherwise, he would die at the expo. But now, I'm the one panicking in my cast because I'm like, how is he gonna defend the expo? But apparently, he's repairing pretty well and defending. What the hell?
Oh, there's no second coil on Nova, but this Archmage gotta be so careful. The statue is working great in the back, but yeah, he's defending this with his 7-8 footman. DK still chasing, of course. He has the aura. He should be faster, but loses sight.
This is a really stressful game now for Hawk. Can't get to the shop, can't heal up, everything's dying,
He's
everything's
forgetting
on
about the
fire.
footman. He's losing 2.
The floor is lava, everything's panic.
He's losing 3. The DK is super low as well, but... Okay, now he sees the footman, but they're all dead for free.
AM again in range.
And eventually, that Death Knight is gonna have a Death Guard unless he runs that into the Arcane Tower, so... That might be the end for the Archmage.
Tier 3 done now for XlorD. Could go for a third hero, Orb, Destroyer. What's he going for? Super scary for Hawk.
The Lich! The Lich!
Almost got the mana, but...
Get back here! And Dark Ranger is gonna go pick up Orb. And I mean that push, like, yeah, if he gets the cancel on that, like 2 towers against what is it, 4, 5 fiends?
Yeah. And the
Plus
forward tower isn't
Orb.
even really protected by the back tower, so the Arcane can easily be taken out. It's looking rough now for Hawk, very rough.
Yeah.
So I need to ask, can he expand?
These footmen will all be fodder for the Dark Ranger. Gonna be a lot of skeletons in a bit. The orb is coming. But he's pretty broke now, going for Destroyer upgrade
A player's forces are
and
You know,
Burrow.
Putting the Town Hall where he put it made his life much harder, I think. Because of the tower positioning was really awkward, the shop was in a bad position. Archmage gets sniped from the Death Coil, and that's gonna be it.
Didn't catch that. Whoopsie.
Didn't you say it was the right expansion position?
Sorry?
Didn't you say it was the correct expansion position?
No, I said this is unusual. Usually it would be more towards the bottom. Because then placing the towers towards the gold mine, or like the peasant line, and then the shop on the left side of that would be better. Or personally, that's how I do it.
Okay. I could have
But
sworn you said this was the
I'm
right
pretty sure you said that's the right position as well.
Really?
I think so.
Whatever.
It's not like
No,
we
I said
recorded it then.
it's on the right.
Ah.
On the right side. I said it's on the right side.
Okay.
Ah.
Okay, that makes sense.
Like the literal right side, but it was wrong.
I mean, you're a French national. It's okay if sometimes you don't express it correctly.
Of course.
So Hawk's first map choice here in this best of 5 as the series is tied is Echo. I wonder if we see a Mountain King first in this series.
That's a bad idea. I did that against XlorD. Iron Couch didn't go so well.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
And XlorD also is very good with Dreadlord. I played him on ladder recently, and he went Dreadlord on this map and expanded.
Side style.
And I messaged Hawk and asked him if he wanted the replay, and he ignored me, so he has no idea.
Off we go. Next game. Echo Isles. You really think he's going to play Dreadlord here? Like, there's a lot of high-level undead players who play Dreadlord, but I feel like it's mostly a ladder meme. That
Yeah,
being
maybe-
said, though, we saw it today by 1-0 3 times, and sometimes successfully.
Maybe he just saves it for the scrubs on ladder.
Like you.
Yeah.
Okay, we have a couple of new subs here. Thank you, Mantius for 3 months. Janis Canis X-Swap for 28 months and 2 years for Disley Bear. Thank you, guys. Here we go.
So it's not gonna be Dreadlord. We have a good old Ted Fiend opening, which is the standard, of course. Question is Hawk. MK, yes or no? Don't think so. It really doesn't seem like his playstyle anymore. He used to abuse the shit out of Mountain King back in 2014-15 when he made one certain Czech national very, very sad about that.
What
Checky.
happens?
You remember Czechy?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was very upset with the Mountain King and was beyond
Like he
frustrated.
said something in game, or?
He basically said every time that MK is busted and broken and stupid. No, he didn't even say that it was overpowered as hell. He just said it was stupid gameplay and retarded and no fun and stuff like
In
that.
game.
No, not in a professional match where he was
okay.
chatting it, but, you know, talking to him.
Okay.
In interviews, he did say it a bunch.
He
It is
wasn't
MK,
fun.
by the way. Boom. Who would have thought?
Me.
Alright, who's got Checky on friend list on Facebook? Time to come watch some Warcraft 3.
He's on Twitter. I can ping him in a bit. I think he's watching most of the games still.
I think XlorD is pretty good against Mountain King on this map. I tried that against him at Iron Couch. Like, he knew how to play in the right way, but obviously Hawk is quite fantastic with the Mountain King, so maybe he'll have a way of his own to play this.
I think counter expansion is pretty legit against MK, right? We see a lot of counter expansions nowadays on tier 2 by Undead. How do you feel about that, Todd?
Yeah, it can be good. Like, obviously, the must not do is don't run across the map and get surrounded. Like, that would be quite terrible. You can still harass, as long as you do it like safely from just like stay really far away so that if Stumble lands, they can be a full surround. The thing is, did you see the MK yet with the Acolyte? I don't think so,
No.
right? He was kind of
Not
running
yet.
around. Yeah, so he couldn't. I feel
still
like
has
if
to
you
say
were
that.
gonna expand, you needed to decide you were gonna do that early on. Like now, he's already going for
A player's
a
forces
Nerubian
are under
tower
attack.
on each side of the map, and like when you already tech like this, you're already going into Fiends, which against Mountain King is a tricky style to play.
Yeah. With the Ted Fiend opening, basically you can't expand on tier 1, but you can counter expand on tier 2, which can
Yeah.
still be in time. MK kind of getting close to the DK here. No militia on the way though, so no surround threat possible right now. DK gets the first last hit.
And he starts a Ghoul, so it doesn't start a Fiend.
Oh,
Doesn't want to
okay.
try to play the Fiend style.
Is he gonna pull ghouls to be aggressive? Some units do that. Happy
He's
used
gonna-
to play that for a long time.
He's gonna do the Mad Frog build, which is really
What's
going
Mad Frog
Ghouls. That's it.
Player's forces are
Yeah,
under
And then
really,
losing.
really good idea against the Mountain King with Clap. We all saw a couple of videos about that, I guess.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh my god. That is
Oh.
okay, this is what you guys don't want to do back at home when you play against the Mountain King. This is exactly the number one thing you don't want to do.
So 2 units are trapped now, of course, there's a lot. It should be an easy expansion this time. How many ghouls can you pull? 2?
It's too late now. You need to be
Yeah.
there when it's being crept.
under attack.
I don't know if I can emphasize how bad this just was, by the way, because he has no TP now, and Hawk is gonna get level 3. Like, that's almost a certainty. Like, he's gonna get all the creeps here from his expo. He can creep the small Murloc camp under that, and then maybe like a few more creeps, maybe one at the shop, like a Troll Berserker. And once you get level 3 and you have this much mana, you just get Buto speed, and the hunting season is on for the Death Knight,
Yeah.
who has no TP.
Yeah, this was indeed very poorly played by XlorD. Like, either you play defensively and just creep up on the other side of the map, or if you want to harass, you have to be very careful with how you do that. But he decided to be aggressive. He decided to try to be disruptive, but got nothing done with it. So basically, the early game was of close to no use to XlorD.
And he still went for a single Fiend. Sometimes when you're going Fiends against this Mountain King style, you get Lich. When you get Lich second, you go for Forest Armor. Because Footmen still need to do damage on top of the Stormbolt for this to actually work. You guys can see, by the way, like, he went for Bash second, or...
Yep. No Clap.
And now...
A
Okay,
player's
so he went for
forces are
Stormbolt
under
level 2,
attack.
okay. Because sometimes here you can go for Clap level 2.
Footy, by the way, very diligently scouting. Hawk looking for that counter expo immediately. He's just narrowly gonna miss it, actually, with the Acolyte only moving south now. But there's certainly still a window, a rather large one, for Hawk to be aggressive. I'd say XlorD can start feeling confident on tier 2 and safely get the expansion up once he has 4 Fiends and a statue. But until that point, Hawk's gonna have absolute map control and can just do what he wants.
Oh my
Shot
god, the Death
control
Knight.
as well.
A player's forces
Go
are
ahead.
under attack.
Yeah, the Death Knight here is really what worries me. He's gonna try to coil from away. That's very nicely done, but I'm surprised he hasn't bought boots on the Mountain King here, actually. Nice still.
Yeah. Through the forest, vision with the skeleton. Well done. But
There's
the
one fully
Mauler,
up for
can he get
grabs.
that one
That's
as
level
well?
3.
Yeah, that would be level 3. It would be pretty big.
Oh, he's pulling it over. Pulling it over! Oh, not quite.
I think he realized, yeah, wasn't gonna happen.
But if
Did
it
he
should
go
come
Frost
to
Arbor?
Nope, it's Nova
Player's
first.
forces are under
Okay.
attack.
The Acolyte was hiding for quite some time, but that was all the time that Hawk spent at the Merchant, and he's building the Necropolis, and the Russian sees it immediately and shuts it down. Oh, that's actually a Sentry Ward now position, so we will constantly see what's happening there. There's no dust, no reveal, no lab. Ghouls are coming in for a possible fight, but there's a Fiend and a statue parked in the main.
Disaster.
Oh my god, this is WCG all over again. With Moon.
True. But Hawk leaves him alone, so it's not a crucial mistake. Tech is at 50%. Expo is up, fortified. Nice Sim City here to protect the workers. Blacksmith is coming for the rifleman. And more creeping. But XlorD, yeah. XlorD is giving up the second unique spot at the 12 o'clock, plus the big consumable. It's not an easy game for him, for sure.
There's potential to get a big item up there as well for Hawk. I think Greater Mana probably the best. Then again, he's not going clap, so even Mana Steel here will be okay.
It's very interesting the position Hawk's in now. Obviously, it's a good position, but there's a million different ways he can play from now. He can go tier 2 all in, he can go AM, he can go Blood Mage, he can go tier 3, he can go Griffins, he can go Knights. What would you prefer to go for now, Todd?
Personally, I don't like letting Undead expand, so I would go a lot of the time here for Mass
Forces are
TR2.
under attack.
Nice dust, by the way, from XlorD removing the Sentry Ward, which he heard went down earlier. Yeah, personally I would play Mass TR2, but I feel like Hawk, he loves his castle tech in these situations when he has an expo. So a lot of the time I think he's gonna go into maybe Blood Mage seconds, castle for like Knights and Griffins, and just play like a castle heavy style. Boom. Blood Mage and castle.
Yeah, immediately.
What a call. My god. We invited the right guy. Holy shit.
2 weeks in a row, man. We have a good streak, but I got a bad feeling about next week. We're gonna tell you the co-caster later. Sacrificial Skull in the inventory. The Lich is looking pretty good, but no orb yet. Nova finds 4 units, gets the kill immediately. Got level 3 quite some time ago. Still no level 2 for the Lich, but one more Nova. Can hit big, but you don't want to
no
be
TP.
surrounded there. There's no TP. There's no potion. He's trying to fight out, but
he's
that
dead.
doesn't work at all. He's trying to coil his way out. The footmen are still blocking like a vanguard. Boom, DK dead.
Can somebody clip this for Checky real quick?
Dude, blocking like a vanguard. I like that a lot. Did you say that the first time?
I think so. Good one, right?
Nice.
And here we go. The highlight reel for Checky continues. Stonebolt, block, easy kill.
Ah, this is so bad. This is so snowbally as well when you go Mountain King. Like now he's 4.5. He's gonna be like 5 in no time. Against a Lich that's still level 1. And Death Knight that's dead.
He's
and
gonna
in the
make
altar.
tanks behind it as well. Oh, boy.
Wow.
Perhaps he is. He's got double
Yeah.
workshop, so it's definitely looking like tanks.
I
Or
think like
just
it's
tanks and gyros.
like you just get an army with knights and then you siege in a place with tanks and you just tell the undead you can't be fighting in both positions, so you're gonna lose in one of them.
MK's
Oh
out
my
of mana
God.
for now, but here comes the Blood Mage. Oh, that feels good. Yeah, give me that juice boy. Oh yeah.
Whoa,
Oh my god, 2 Stormbolts in
it's
a
a
bit.
professional broadcast. Come on.
Level 2 on the Lich, but mana getting drained. No Nova over here. Blood Mage though. Blood Mage though. Honestly,
Oh,
only
DK
level 1 hero
comes
doesn't
in.
matter that
Are
much.
under attack.
Frostborn hungers, but yeah, he's so far out.
Oh,
Mountain
ring
King
around
comes
the
in.
trees!
He instant rebound the Death Knight, even though it feels like he must have been almost already done. And he still doesn't have a TP. He needs to run to the shop. Blood Mage goes down from a Nova,
He's fine. MK
and
out
there's
of
no
mana.
mana for a final Stormbolt
Invul
there
here,
for
very
Jackie to
important.
enjoy.
He's got more than 2,000 gold. Oh, sweet Jesus.
Oh my god. 38 supply. Tier 3 is done. We're getting... Okay, the Blood Mage back. No Paladin yet.
Is he playing the effect strat? Getting 3/3 upgrades before attacking for the first time?
A player's
Maybe.
forces are
It's
under
gonna be
attack.
some upgrades. Yep, we get Knights and Tanks. And yeah, what do we have on the other side? A pretty mediocre DK with empty inventory. A pretty underwhelming Lich. And a Pit Lord again.
Pit Lord? I guess the bigger the armies become actually in this matchup, like if it's super massive, 80 versus 80, that single skill point is ridiculously valuable. And it is a small map, so it's unlikely to expect these third heroes to be able to creep much.
Yeah, we don't have Dispel this game, right? So the Howl is pretty good against the Knights.
Now, what's up with all the Crystal Ball? What did you just get? The Expo or the main?
I didn't see it.
I don't know.
You can't see that easily in Warcraft.
You gotta
Like
be
you-
there at the right time.
Yeah, in StarCraft, if you Terran scans, you see it on the minimap. You can see easily, but no, I was like trying to find.
Yeah. They're gonna...
Dude, where did
implement
Hawk's
it.
money go? It's all gone.
In
He had
upgrades, he
2,000
had
a second ago.
Sundering Blades, he has the other upgrade,
Orb of
Super-
Fire. I
of
guess.
Fire,
Paladin.
Staff, Triple Hero.
Didn't you watch Royal's video about all the wood human needs for upgrades? Stuff is really expensive.
Temple of the Damned coming at the expansion. Banshees are the super answer to what Hawk is building here. There's no rifles, there's no breakers anywhere, so Banshees are extremely good.
But guess what? There isn't any of in this game. Banshees against a
Yet.
lot of knights.
Not
How
yet,
many
but they
knights?
will be coming. 63 supply for XlorD. This army doesn't really feel like 63, in my opinion. Hawk's at
Actually,
75.
You know, he has only 3 knights, with the 4th one in production.
Yeah.
So 3-0 upgrades for 4 units.
And the MK has to do most of the heavy lifting here. Like, tanks are good against the buildings, but the army is kind of trash, honestly.
A player's
The
forces
Blood Mage is only level 1. It's like 5-1-1. Not that great of an experience distribution here. And you can feel it on the Blood Mage when he gets coiled over. Back to 50%, but the Lich is in trouble as well. Knights are hunting him. The tanks, though, at the Nerubian Tower, killing it right away. Next target is the Haunted Goldmine. And everything that Hawk does is pretty much distraction for these tanks. Coil arrives. Lich is back to full health. 63 supply for XlorD. And he can't get reinforcements. He's supply stuck. TP out. Hawk's even trying to tower this up now. What kind of an TP was that, really? Okay, reunites the army a little bit. Coil Nova on the Paladin again, but there should be Holy Light. Oh, in Invo Potion as well to save him on the other side. The Pit Lord is taking a heavy beating. Next Siphon Mana on the Lich, so there's no Nova anymore. So the heroes aren't threatened, but he is catching a Stormbolt. But there is a Coil arriving at the right time. For now, feels like Hawk's not losing anything. GG, 2-1 match points for the Russian.
Neo, I'm getting worried for my ladder games again. Earlier today, it was Pepega Dreadlord all the way, and now it's MK Fast Expo into tanks. I think I'm gonna take a break from ladder the next week or so.
Why, are you afraid you're also gonna run into a mountain king early on and get surrounded by mass footmen, which is the worst thing that you can do?
That indeed wasn't too great, but that's oftentimes the way I feel about this MK first, like on easy expansion maps. It doesn't feel like you can harass him too well. And there's, of course, exceptions to that rule. Our favorite one, Happy, who always harasses greatly against that. But Happy's happy, you know. And Remo's just Remo.
I feel like there is a lot to be learned from those guys that, you know, do the best of like scenarios. with the matchup and like situations. Like no matter what race you play, there's gonna be a best player of each race that you can look at and like try to learn from, or like what it is that they do so well. Sometimes it's really hard to understand. Like in Infi and TH, sorry, for such a long time they were doing so well against Orc, and I would just watch their games and I didn't understand what they were doing different than everybody else, but somehow they were just beating all the best Orcs in the world. And that's really like what makes them so good, is that they understand the game on like another level. Even against Keeper. Like we saw them make Keeper look like useless at WCG, but Keeper is still, in my opinion, pretty damn strong. I have a really hard time facing Keeper sometimes. But these guys, they just understand on the game on such a level that apparently it's not a problem for them. They understand like how much they need to pressure before the Keeper gets level 3, when they need to expand, everything, when they need to creep.
Yeah, especially TH and Infi, I totally agree with you. It seems like they always make the right decision and they look so strong and unbeatable. And I think, in my non-human opinion, that oftentimes looks like the hardest thing for human to do. There's a million things you can do, but there's only one perfect path you can take. And knowing which one that is seems very tough to me. Very similar to Orc early game, in my opinion. Where then Focus have just mastered every single opening and every single response and can hold against level 1 AM aggression with only one burrow, and they're blocking the peons and stuff like that. But for everyone else, it's a tough task. On Unlet's side, I think it's a little less so the case, because as good as Hap he is, and don't get me wrong, he is the best Unlet in the world, I think he gets his insane victories not purely by game knowledge and by the perfect decisions. I think he gets a lot of them from execution, especially his openings. I don't know if you know this, Todd, but I'm obsessed with openings. I think he oftentimes goes for the wrong one, especially against Night Elf, but fights his way back because of outplaying the opponent in the late game.
Well, a lot of micro is decisions. Like executing the actual micro is not necessarily always the most challenging thing, but knowing in terms of placement, what spell to use, when to use it, that's like game knowledge, right? Because it's not super demanding APM wise and stuff. So at the end of the day, micro is almost like some early game decision making. Sometimes, sometimes it's actual like micro that you need to do on the fly. You need to be very good at and smooth at with your mechanics and everything. But a lot of the time, it's just he understands better. Just like you said earlier, like he was focused on not taking damage early on, and he knew like to do that better than the other guys.
Yeah, I agree with that to a certain extent. You have to know how to micro an army, as well as be able to execute. But I think also execution, I feel like maybe this is the case for you, but for me at least, also being able to execute when you know it isn't that easy. When the armies become big, when there's many things to do, when you have to kite and focus at the same time, use spells correctly, stuff like that.
I was more picturing like the early game Death Knight harass and stuff like this.
Yeah, no, there it's much more. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of very good undeads. I feel like they're still somewhat doing it wrong at times compared to Happy.
Yeah, I mean everyone does it wrong compared to Happy, especially the level 1 DK harass. Dude, I'm serious. Nobody can play it even close to his level. That's why I thought he was going to be successful in China, because they're not used to that level 1 harass.
Yeah.
And successful he was.
You predicted Happy would win, or?
Absolutely not. I said I think he's gonna go top 4. That's what I said.
Ooh, he burnt the creep, I think. Down there, didn't he?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Rogue was denied. You're right. That hurts.
Ooh, that footman getting blocked.
Yeah, the lightning shield creep here by XlorD, something we see all the time against Night Elf with the Ghoul opening. But this was a Ted Fiend opening, meaning Graveyard is somewhere in there, which means this costs him effectively low lumber, slowing down XlorD's tech. So he's kind of sacrificing his tech speed and was hoping to at least get level 2 then as a trade. Didn't get level 2 yet. Footy gets denied as well. This is not looking too hot so far, but Hawk is, by the way, not expanding. He is taking one.
Did Deathknight just turn around and say, "You guys want to deny me? I'll kill you"? And then he's just attacking the crypt. Because it looked like at first he was just gonna leave. I like that Hog's not expanding, actually, because he looks so strong with that style of going for tier 3. But I feel like if there is one game where finally we're gonna see XlorD make better adjustments, it might be this one.
Yeah.
Then again, he might just go for his pitlord thing that just hasn't worked at all again. Which I really hope it doesn't. Because yeah, pitlord has looked pretty underwhelming so far.
Yeah.
The one
Even if
game he
there's
won, he
no
had Dark
dispel.
Ranger.
Absolutely. But yeah, the opening for XlorD still, or once again, not the greatest. Archmage is running away with experience as he oftentimes does, close to level 3, good inventory as well. Blacksmith to wall everything up in front here. Yeah, I think expanding on Amazonia is absolutely not the right thing to do. What are these Sasquatches doing? Oh, God. More experience stolen from his side. At least he gets the tome that makes the Twitch chat happy.
Dude, the comments on YouTube, if you hadn't picked that up, every single one of them will be talking about that tome.
Always. So who gets the rogue?
I like that Hog is so diligently not going for the creep. It's not that much about the creep. Again, it's about the DK HP. DK HP is absolutely a massive deal. In the end, though, does get it rather easily. Hog was busy there following the skeleton. And I'm focusing on the little things here. It's like, oh, it's only a skeleton, Remo. Oh, it's only DK XP. No, this matters. This matters a lot. Skeleton's not so much, but DK experience. MK will be coming on tier 2. MK needs levels. This is the big weakness of this human strategy. You're gonna go tier 3, you're gonna be low on units, you're gonna be kind of in a scrappy army, trying to scramble together what you can, and you will need these MK levels. And that is the point that XlorD can try to exploit, but he can only do it with decent DK HP, which so far he's been able to maintain. But he comes in and immediately getting right-clicked by Hawk again, which is exactly the way it's supposed to do it.
Yeah, and when you're able to get level 3 this early in the game, it's so nice, because when your second hero comes, you're already gonna have Water Elementals level 2 to be able to creep with. XlorD being very aggressive here. He wants to make sure he battles for the camps that are close to his base on his side of the map. Which how supposed to be is. I kind of like that Hawk was going for that, but now he's getting chased away a little bit.
Yeah, normally when you go for the normal Tet Fiend build order and you have a 1 base versus 1 base style, the Lich is going to be a little bit faster than the MK, but because of the Ghoul Lightning Shield creep, the tech was delayed, which means the MK will be coming out first, which means the first camp will most likely go for free to the Mountain King. Which is also why I don't like this opening creep route too much by XlorD. He could have just gone for the Berserkers and achieved much of the same without slowing down his tech. But it's not the end of the world, by no means. But it's not the perfect early game by XlorD. You can say that much for sure. And Hog continuing to try to steal these camps away from the opponents.
Yeah, this is crazy actually. I would have thought he'd run on the right side and then creep his own shop with just a Mountain King, but he was like, well, there's a little bit of downtime, I'll steal your item here on the left hand side. As his MK is about to rejoin his army. XlorD sees it and probably isn't too happy with that.
Now he's going for the fight with the Mountain King there. Not too many rifles for any damage, but he's stealing more experience here. DK right above level 3. Lich has nothing. Oh, Coil Nova, of course, always a solution. Scares this Archmage away. But there's a TP of 4 skeletons still chasing.
Hey, yeah, Priest is here now.
Yeah, I can heal. Sure.
Yeah, again, I think XlorD is perhaps not going for the right timing. Like, it's not like you can't allow the MK a single camp. It's just like level 3 is the dangerous thing. You can let him get to level 2. What if XlorD just keeps on creeping, waits for 4 fiends and a statue, and then he goes in? MK still won't be level 3 by that point, and then it's going to be much easier for him to trade. But now XlorD moving into the bottom right, wants to steal or take out the Renegade. And once again, XlorD concedes the map, and you can tell he doesn't want to contest at all anymore, which means this MK once again has a free reign towards level 3.
Yeah, getting Robe of Magi as well, that's gonna increase the mana pool. Always nice when that happens. And here's the thing about going rifle on this map, is that once you have, not even that many, 4 to 5 rifles, creeping the big golem camps on the sides becomes so much easier because you can pull them out of there. You got Water Elementals level 2, and Priest start just healing everything. So Rifle Caster on this map is actually really good because of that too.
Yeah, I think I saw that the first time when you played the WGL qualifiers here on this map, and you were creeping the red spot so crazy fast.
Yeah.
But not too many humans are picking up on that, I feel. There's definitely room for improvement.
I think that's also because back then nobody played rifles.
Yeah.
and I was the rifle king, still am, but now more and more human players are starting to play more with rifles, which is nice.
And understandable how strong they are at the moment. Hawk again, 45 supply, getting ready to break upkeep quite fast. Castle tech is almost done. XlorD is at tier 3. We go XlorD this time.
And Frenzy.
And Frenzy. And the
Frenzy usually nowadays means run by no fighting.
Yeah, Frenzy for 4 goals?
I imagine he's gonna go for more.
Players' forces are under attack.
If he goes Destroyers plus Frenzy Ghouls, he has a super mobile army. Can abuse the immobility of the human army very well. Ideally, you want to do that on maps where you can expand and can outrun your opponent on bigger maps with easy expansions. Not really the case here. This is the smallest map with no easy expansion. And by easy, I mean not well protected, as it's in the middle of the map. But
Anyway, I really hate that Hawk never buys staff
A
when he
player's
reaches
forces
tier
are
3.
under attack.
He always buys ore, but not staff.
Oh.
Like, it tells me so bad.
you must hate Johnny Cage a lot. He oftentimes doesn't even buy a shop. Did you notice that? He never.
No, I didn't know.
He doesn't make shopping. I guess saves
Well,
a lot of
I already hated him before, but oh, even more.
Why is that?
Rimjack? I'm just kidding.
Oh, steals the last hit. That gives him level 3. That's actually insane. Nova coming in, Impale, 1 kill immediately for free. There's no Orb of Fire here yet, so... Oh no, there is actually. The AM has him, but now the Paladin coming in has the Holy Light to use as well. Trades here on both sides, but now the Militia coming in for the perfect sandwich from the bottom, from the top. And XlorD doesn't have too much left anymore, as it seems. Still has 47 supply, but much of it not with the army. Frenzy Ghouls, by the way, not in this fight. The statue going to be taken out, only a single fiend left. That one gets Coil. Lich getting Stonebolted, TP transferred. Can he TP out before? The damage is too high, he can. Holy Light level 1, not quite good enough. And that was kind of an even exchange, I suppose.
I like that exchange for XlorD, I think, because he killed all priests, he stole one of the creeps, and I guess he did lose one statue, but like he can remake that easily. I don't know, I kind of like the way he went for it. It feels like he killed a lot of units. Ideally, you'd love to get Crypt Lord to level 3, right? But it doesn't feel like there is enough camps. There is really only the golems on the left-hand side, which Hawk will make sure to go there and try and contest.
XlorD liked this fight as well because he's going for the expansion at the 6 o'clock. Hawk scouts that immediately in punishing the Acolyte for it, so forces XlorD to some kind of reaction, and at the same time the Russian is going for the rat spot. So lots of stuff happening on this map. Misses the Dispel on the mountain. Yes. So
He needs Disease Cloud here. He has 2 slaughterhouses,
Yeah.
but not enough wood, I think. Because those ghouls are busy running around.
You destroy a
Sniper Lich again.
No,
This
not
time
here.
prevented with a Stormbolt.
Shut down. We do have the Dispel on 1 Water Elemental, but the Inner Fire is still there. This makes the rifles on the Mountain King so good. 48 supply still. Hawk is breaking up. Keep 51. Stormbolt on the Abomination, but no real surround. There's also... Oh, there's no coil, actually, despite the Thobi Mass. Now we have a level 2 Crypt Lord, a little bit more mana, a little bit tanky. Nova to disengage, and the red spot still up for grabs, but so is XlorD expansion.
And that was his only impale for a long time. I think XlorD should buy like more mana potion than just the one he's got. Like if he can get more impales, like there is no healing scrolls right now for Hawk. He's just gonna siege this expo. I think he should unsummon maybe. Unsummon and get the golem on the other side.
Yeah.
Oh,
Or
he's
just
not
let it die.
unsummoning.
I mean, it's only around 100 gold. It's not that much.
Excuse me?
It's only around
100 golds?
Do you have that saying in French where if you don't honor the cent, you're not worth the euro?
No. I don't think so.
Don't honor the... What was the cent variant of franc?
A player's forces are
Centime.
under attack.
Something. We had Pfennigs in Germany.
Phoenix?
Pfennig.
Fennec.
Like PF and
Pfennig.
Pfennig. Yeah.
Okay.
We got the game here and Disease Cloud, and the
You
Lich...
with the Deutschmarken?
You can get some Deutschmarken indeed. We have
Everything was
pretty...
better with a Deutschmark.
Let's not go into that territory, you know that's kind of dangerous here in Germany. Yeah, we have a base trade again that happened on last refuge. And this happens on Amazonia. Forces the TP, gets a couple of exit kills.
You get a kill before he TPs?
No losses.
54 against 58. So neither of them is going to stay on 50 to try and save a bit more gold. They're ready to go into higher supply and then fight for it.
Wait, what did XlorD get? What item? Also the hood.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lich is
Okay for the Lich.
+7 agility, yeah, well that's about it. And a little bit.
Not-
I mean, against Mountain King and Paladin, it's kind of okay to have a bit more armor.
Not quite the Night End pipe, the guaranteed pipe. By the way, if that's Criplord, like look at the comparison between levels. Paladin is not even level 2, but Criplord is 2.5. If
Dude.
that Criplord gets level 3,
Dude, he's got beetles.
What?
He doesn't have carapace.
True.
nice misclick, bro. I like those ghouls, by the way, on the top left, because he's gonna send that inside of the peasant line.
They just traded TPs, so
Players'
yeah, this is a
forces
really
are
smart
under
move.
attack.
It's only 3 though. Militia can clean this up.
Can they? Watch this. Hold their beer.
Oh, he's going for... No. I thought Zappers or something. Hawk is going into the base, killing that
Look at the
slaughterhouse.
beetles!
There's a backup. What?
Never mind. First impale hits well, and that's a lot of damage on the army. Priest a little too far forward. One of them dies right away. One A-bomb getting taken out as well. Level 2 now for the Pally. Is he gonna go for the aura? Certainly is. Fiend gets coiled, but the Stormbolt's still active. The stun duration enough to find another kill over there. A-bombs, though, the remaining 3 are still pretty healthy. Everything's clumped up nicely. An Impale now would be amazing, but the Cryptlord is out of mana. Lich, on the other hand, that's plenty of mana still left. There's another Nova, doing big damage to the backline there of the human force. And perhaps now with that, with the mana, XlorD can look for more kills. Eats the A-bomb as well, for more mana, for the deny as well. And this back army, this Rifleman cast of force is starting to dwindle pretty quickly over here.
There's still so much mana on the DK. Also, the Cryptlord now has another impact. It could be a hero kill right there. Lich is in trouble, gets the coil, has another invul. This is pure hero focus by Hawk right now. But so much is falling. The entire army is dead. We go for the Paladin, who explodes into 1,000 pieces and goes 6 feet under. Archmage 4.5 runs away, has a TP. Mountain King has a potion, but the Paladin's so exposed. Nice stab. But okay, now the staff is on cooldown. Lich has almost the mana. Pitlord is a little far away, also no mana. Uh-oh, here we go. That was the last coil. He has a mana potion though. Right clicks on the Mountain King, big heal potion. More mana on this destroyer, who's also pretty hurt. Oh, Archmage. Nope, runs away. Goes for the units now. Lich exposed. Coil immediately after.
Really good movement here by XlorD. Perfectly making use of range and spells and mana and everything. Cloak of Shadows now being made use of by Hawk. Saving the MK, but only for so long. He knows the reveal will be coming in. Can the TP save him? It can. Even a cheeky Stormbolt towards the end. Damn. Good fight there by XlorD. But Hawk, did he even bring a single heal scroll to that fight?
I don't think
I
so.
don't think so, yeah.
It felt like everything was just like falling little by little.
Yeah, Amazonia is really like specific in that once you've prepped everything, you can't really get extra golds. So then you have to choose between making more army or grabbing heal scrolls. And in this case, he just wanted to add the biggest army that he could get. Paladin is going to be able to get out here for the alt targets, targeted down. And I think if you're XlorD, you don't even need to pressure that hard here. I mean, you're expanding, you're pretty happy. You're making A-bombs against rifles right now, and it's all about replenishing those mana pulse on his heroes, especially with the creep lord level 3. Like, you just need so many heal scrolls to be able to deal with this as human, and Hawk doesn't have the economy. I think the best way to play here, and I mean it's almost crazy and sad to say, is that you need to total like crazy if you're Hawk. Go to 50 supply, get 2 kit towers, put them down at your expo, get 2 arcane towers, camp like insane, because the expansion on this map has an insane amount of gold. You can make like 2 maxed out armies from it. So if you can just expand, you're fine. But I think Hawk's gonna take the other route. He sells items, grabs 2 healing scrolls, and I think he's gonna go all in.
Yeah, this is a super all in. Absolutely.
50 supply, but there's 4 abominations. So much beef in the undead army. Okay, will we get the equalizer right here? Or is Hawk closing out the series 3-1?
CryptLord is not in the group. Or does he have him intentionally all the way in the back? I don't know. Ah, there we go now.
Where are the Beatles, Remo?
We saw one earlier. It's the beginning
Yeah.
of the fight. Didn't you see the 5 damage it did, dude?
Players'
Pretty
forces
sick.
Are under attack.
Vanished in front of my eyes.
Look at the spread by the A-bombs also, by the way. They're all gonna collapse in together from multiple angles. Pretty cool.
Alright, even a sword.
Oh my god, these impels.
Okay, he's looking for
Very
the right
quick belly.
angle. Level 4 on the Mountain King, a little more tanky. Oh, sweet combo! But immediately healed by his scroll. Can he save that abomination to the north? Yep, getting some attention from these heroes. About also the second abomination. There's the orb of fire now from this archmage. Oh, nice impale again, but not hitting too much here. Everything is inner fired. He's pulling in the passes as well as the meat shield. XlorD completely ignoring them for now. But the A-bombs are slowly but steady falling.
Yeah, Hawk needs some good target fire here with the orb to synergize with the entire army, but so many rifles have already gone down. Single water elemental's trying to help. I like that he
all
went
about
for
mana.
inner fire. Yeah, he went for inner fire plus water elemental, and there's always only one destroyer max, so it's very hard to remove all of this.
50 supply
Small
for Hawk
bolt.
still.
The
Man,
A-bomb's gonna die. She should Dark Ritual that one. Paladin though, also dropping low. No Divine Shield for him. AM getting the Coil Nova into the face, but getting healed up by the priest. Just barely. Don't stop moving. Oh my god. This AM. One more Holy Light, and with that he's fine. And suddenly, XlorD out of mana.
oh, the Lich is in
Uh-oh.
trouble as well, getting hit by 2 heroes. There was a badge for a couple of seconds. There's no coil at the moment, so close to 5. Pitlord in trouble as well. Hawk is brute forcing forward, and this Ziggurat will fall in a second. Everything, of course, with the disease cloud losing HP, but the German needs some kind of solution. This expo is getting shut down as well.
And he's still gonna try to fight for it, actually. He didn't unsummon. He wants to come in from behind. He knows there's no TP. So
Exo needs
some of
more
these units
mana.
were low.
Oh, these
But
upgrades.
actually, yeah, Priest healed everything. Even since the goals here. XlorD's going all in himself to try and defend his expo.
Wants to get rid of the Paladin. That doesn't really work. Impale on the rest of the army. Coil Nova, but there is the level 2 Holy Light. Another focus fire on the Cryptlord. This should be it. I guess level 5 on the DK as well. Can he reach for a Coil? Nope. It's enough that way. The big beetle gets out. Coil on the Abomination. We barely feel it. But yeah, so far he holds. Sending in the ghouls now as well.
They're just about to be level 5, dude. And it's gonna be premium Nova time. He needs 1 or 2 more kills. This is still so close. It's all about the mana. Supply doesn't really matter that much anymore. It's about mana.
And these peasants going ham down there.
My god, yeah, the pickaxes, this will take forever. The Cryptlord still on the verge of dying, using the potion right here.
The Lich is getting so much mana now from skeletons.
Yeah.
This is the biggest strength of the undead army at the moment.
I don't understand why he's trying to fight so hard for this. He's gonna bring the acolytes? Oh my god, you wanna pull the boys? I'll
See?
pull the girls.
Sees this as a win condition. We go for the Cryptlord once again, but the coil is ready. No mana potion this time. Can the Lich finally get the level up? He's 1 kill away from it. Focuses the Paladin, who's down. Level 5 counter focus on this DK. No potion, no TP. Can he somewhat get out of there? Oh boy, Invul. Yeah, there we go. Now focus on the Mountain King. Coil number 1, staff down. Dodges it. So much damage on this Cryptlord, but he's level 4. Will he finally go for Carapace to get some more armor? Everything so low. Game on the verge of being decided.
He should go for beetles, seriously, to eat him with for mana.
Yeah. Like a free run of necromancy or something. He's not doing that.
Oh my god,
What
oh my
is he
god.
doing?
What? Oh my god. That was so bad. I'm sorry, XlorD, but that was...
Sacrificing
And
this
by the way,
Cryptlord.
the peasants on the expo are killing the gold mine.
Oh my god, it's actually
And Hawk
100 HP.
He's long distance mining on the other side in the meantime.
Yeah.
Abominations using cannibalize around graveyard. I can't believe he even thought of that.
Oh
What
my
I'm not thinking
god.
about is
Oh,
the DK,
DK!
who might be falling as well. Oh my god, 50 HP. Barely survives.
So
He's
much
forgetting
mana.
about the Rod of Necromancy. Use that thing, dude. Lich mana, that's what it's all about.
He should unsummon one of his slaughterhouse.
Yes. This game is so insane.
Mountain King is back. And oh my god, here we go. The gold mine is down. He doesn't have the gold to rebuild it unless he sells or unsummons something.
There's still 4 A-bombs. XlorD needs a statue. What can he sell? Narrow in the main, but he doesn't have acolytes anymore.
Oh yeah.
You can make one. And then, yeah, sell the slaughterhouse. He's finally gonna scout the expo of Hawk and see that it's just long distance mining. I feel like in his mind, maybe there was an expo this whole time. And that's why he was fighting so hard to save his. Because I really think that when you run out of mana as undead,
A player's forces are
on
under attack.
all 3 of your heroes, and he did here many times, you just go back home, you sit, you turn on a statue on mana, and then you wait. And then you go for the next fight, because you're gonna get better trades if you start the fights on full mana. But no, he just kept fighting.
XlorD should play King Crimson style now. Walk into range, Coil Nova, retreat. Coil Nova at this point in the game is... how much damage? On units, it's ridiculous. It's like 850 or something. He one-shots these rifles. No, wait, that's totally wrong. I was thinking about healing.
What the fuck?
It's 550, right? 150, 250, 200, 250. Yeah, it's 550. So he needs one... no, he can one-shot the rifles with Coil Nova.
You should ask Shocker. He keeps doing that. Every single time he has 20 supply, I have 80. He's like, I'm gonna try to Carnova everything. I'm sure
But
that's gonna happen.
he's so well-mannered. You see, when he plays versus you, when he's playing versus me, he's always like, oh man, are you having a good day? I hope you are. Let's have some fun.
Fellow undeads.
And we don't show that kind of friendliness to the scummy humans, of course.
Yeah, I know.
Forces are under attack.
We get invisible upgrade for the Sorks, by the way. It can be nasty.
Oh, that's really good.
Mountain
Mainly
King
for
coming
saving
out of
heroes.
nowhere.
Except the
saving
Crypt
stuff.
Lord and Lich. Ah!
Okay,
Impale that line!
the Stormbolt.
Alright,
This
here
still
are
be
the
mad.
A-bombs.
Mask, by the way. How much value this Toby Mask has?
So there is one Acolyte in the main base. Unsummon one Slaughterhouse, dude. Do it.
You already unsummoned one Ziggurat.
Yeah, but he needs to expand.
Oh, it's finally Carapace on the Crypt Lord, by the way. He has 12 armor now. Pretty tanky boy. This is a super cool game. I wish this was the last game.
Maybe it is. You want your boy XlorD to lose, man? What kind of race betrayer are you?
I want this to be game number 5, is what I was saying.
Okay.
Neo with the shutdown.
We have a heal scroll here.
Oh my god.
Invisible movements coming out. Damn, this is gonna be a surprise. But, I mean, he must know that the Mountain King is somewhere. We don't have...
This is level 2 Impale, level 3 Nova, though. Like, one heal scroll doesn't have to be enough. Not at all. It's only 3 rifles. This is not that much army. And not that much damage by Hawk. Pretty intense.
Yeah, the problem is really Water Elemental plus slow plus everything being inner fired. It feels like we need more than one destroyer.
Forces are under attack.
But I guess in this case he's gonna rely on his nuke. Alright, militia or not? Do you want to have militia against this army?
Yeah,
I'm not
looks
so
like
sure.
it. That's
Oh,
gonna be
God.
a lot of experience,
just-
though.
Why isn't he just Coil Novaing? Rifles in range.
2 water
I think-
elementals, so big.
Yeah, he knows he's gonna get storm bolted and nuked if he does. So he just
Yeah,
wants to
isn't
pick
it?
fight head on.
Stormbolt
Oh my
over
God.
DK, but pretty much no follow-up. Nice Nova
Oi.
Impale combo. Needs the heal scroll soon. Only goes for Holy Light at the moment. Water Element is about to be expired, but we have 3 of them now. The Abominations on the back line, killing and eating these riflemen. DK has nothing to heal himself, down to 50%, but of course can withstand the fight at the moment. Invis on the Paladin. Mountain King still deep in the undead army. The undead army pretty much separated, right? Here's the Mountain King and Paladin combo. Whoa! That coil last second. Impale as well. He has one more for the stun. DK is a little bit slow, but should just be there.
Whoa.
The nuke is not enough on the human side. Coil is there to the rescue once again. The Abominations are eating forward again. This Archmage is in trouble. He's dead. Avada Kedavra, and the mana fountain is gone for the human. How many heal? How much nuke does he still have left?
Game-winning
Not enough,
Impale
I
right
think.
there, disabling the Paladin so he couldn't Holy Light. And now with the AM, once the mana's gone, that's it. GG, and XlorD takes one hell of a game after almost 30 minutes.
Nice race. Sorry, I mean GG. Whiplash.
Nice game. We go full distance, ladies and gentlemen. Last map, not Northern Isles. What is it? Concealed Hill will decide
Ooh.
who is going to the winning group alongside Happy, Sonic, and Spiral, and who will join side Thorzane and Cash in the losers group.
That was fun. Imagine how epic this would have been as game number 5.
Yeah,
You guys have
what,
to agree, right?
What if we get a more epic game than this as game number 5?
Exactly.
This is what you should be saying.
Dude, I'm gonna do a backflip.
You're full tasteless. This is the best Warcraft 3 I've ever watched.
We've never seen anything like this ever before!
Exactly, yeah, there. You're gonna say it like you mean it, and then people are gonna believe it.
Remo's not lying to the people. He's a man of honor. He's a man of, stuff. Of truth.
Word.
Of your word.
Thank you very
indeed.
much. Where did we leave off?
I have no idea. By Disney Bear, I think.
Disney
Right.
Bear. Thank you very much. Nice Korean fella hosted us earlier. Sorry, buddy, I can't read your name, unfortunately. Also, Steve Sisu7 with the 2 months. Keep up the great work, guys. Isn't Sisu the bird from The Lion King?
Yeah.
Nice. Todd, did you cry when you watched The Lion King, or did you laugh at the other children?
I used to really like that movie when I was a kid. You know, when I lived in Korea, I think it was around maybe 2013 or so. I knew this girl, and like this one day she was like, "Oh, I'm really sad. Let's go see a movie and stuff." I was like, "All right, pick whatever you want." And she's like, "Oh, I really want to see The Lion King." I was like, "Oh, fuck my life. Whatever. Let's just go." We go there.
She was 18 years old, though, right?
She was older than 18.
Okay, good.
Don't worry, bro.
Just making sure.
Maybe a little old for your taste, but I always stay legal myself. So anyway, we go watch The Lion King, and they start speaking in the movie, like, as they would. The movie's in Korean. Of course it is. We're in Korea. So I had to see through The Lion King in Korean to try and cheer my friend up.
Nice.
Good times.
No subtitles?
You're a good
No,
guy.
we're in Korea. So of course no subtitles. They are just speaking Korean. That's it. The lions are speaking Korean.
That's the glory of Disney, though. The songs transcend languages. They're always
Yeah.
beautiful.
Awimbuwa, Awimbuwa. That movie is really good. At least the music's really good. Honestly, I'm not that much of a Lion King fan, but don't crucify me, please.
You know what I'm a
What's your
fan
favorite
of?
movie?
I'm a fan of Game 5's Decision Time, Concealed Hills, XlorD versus Hawk. Winner goes into the winners group. Loser drops down.
All right,
So,
Remo,
like,
what's your favorite movie?
Favorite movie?
Yeah.
I have too many, bro. There's too many great movies. But I can name a couple, I guess. Shawshank Redemption, Whiplash, Room, 300, Old Boy. Yeah, kind of like that.
Whiplash is a great choice, actually.
Yeah, Whiplash is actually my favorite movie in this century.
My stream is formed around J.K. Simmons' performance in Whiplash. I try to bring the best out of my shoes.
People just don't understand what you're trying to
Yes.
do for the community.
Ignorant.
I'm pushing them to their full potential.
You're misunderstood on Twitch. Yeah, I see.
Finally, the motivation is revealed here on Back to Warcraft.
So anyway, going back to this game, the game that I mentioned earlier of Hawk against Happy on this map, again, I'll repeat. We might have some people that weren't there back then. Hawk recently beat Happy on NetEase on this map, same positions as this. And he played the similar style, or actually the exact same style that we saw in the previous games, where he plays Rifle Caster, goes for tier 3, grabs Orb, Paladin. And in that game, he actually went up to like, what, 55, 60-ish supply, and then expanded. And Happy was the one attacking into Hawk, which worked perfectly in his favor, because he was well ready defensively. And also Happy, I think, was playing Dark Ranger 3rd, if I remember right. Yeah, but Hawk had good defense and then just won.
Yeah, I think if you see the Undead expanding,
A player's
I
forces
would
are
say
under
the better play might be Counter Expo and not all in his expansion. But I think if it goes 2 base versus 2 base, that might be favoring the human a little just because of heal scrolls. Heal scrolls are amazing items, but Undead most of the time can't make really too much use of them. But against Nova and Impale, they're amazing. I think if Hawk had counter-expanded previous game, could have perhaps looked different. Moving into the middle of the map now, we'll be getting level 2 here on the AM. Lots of coils invested by XlorD. Did he coil that footy 3 times? No, he coiled the ogre once, but killed the footy anyways. But now DK, very low mana, indeed. But we'll be getting level 2.
Yeah, the creep route on this map, like you can get the small green camp near your base, which is just militia, so you just kind of skip that nowadays and go across the map to do murlocs. I kind of like that. It's like a nice touch. It shows like, you know, the creep routes, they're always evolving.
Yeah.
And you want to take that away from the opponents. You can go for the shop after that, but it's very risky if there is a Death Knight around. So I wouldn't go for it on the other side of the map.
Do we have a dog, Todd?
No, why?
There's a dog barking somewhere. Is that you, Neil?
No, it's not me.
No, it's a protest outside.
Look.
The
Well, they
students, I don't know. Global warming, anything. Trump's tariffs. But it's always something different every day. I didn't think you could hear that.
These children nowadays constantly complaining.
Yeah, it's so sick. I go to like Vapiano on a Thursday at 4 p.m. and it's full with like young kids that should be in school. I'm like, are you all skipping class to come here and get pasta and like take all the rooms so I have to wait in line? Like, this is ridiculous.
You little shits. DK here having much more success slowing down the AM apparently. Even gets the last hit, was that right? I'm not sure. But this map is much harder to creep level 3 on for human than many other maps would be. The militia simultaneous creep that Todd was mentioning is being done and is not being punished by level 3. Not quite acquired here with the DK stealing one more last hit. This early game I think is looking pretty much the strongest out of the 1 base versus 1 base plays so far from XlorD's point of view.
Yeah, being so close to level 3 here, he has to feel comfortable. He can get that super easily as well if he just goes for his shop finally as soon as he's done chasing here. Oh, look at that beautiful block. As I say that, he gets past, of course. That should be a kill though. Unless the block from Hawk is perfect. 129 HP. Remember, level 1 call is 100 damage. Can he get it?
Oh, wakes up the creeps, gets the kill with that. Not yet though.
Are they really gonna ignore that footman like this?
We'll just go to sleep.
Someone's OCD is getting triggered.
You guys had one job.
A player's
Yeah,
force
creeps are weird. Sometimes they fall asleep again, sometimes they don't. I don't know. Narcoleptic.
You know, actually on this map, I send my first footman across the map to scout, and sometimes there is like a Farseer that I meet there on the way. Or like I run alongside the Farseer, and they hit the creep, and every time a footman gets ensnared and killed, I'm like, how about the walls or like something, you know? Like, it's crazy actually. We still haven't fully figured out how the creeps act on some of these camps, like exactly.
Yeah.
Even as far as,
they
like, creeping.
change their behavior though. With the latest patch.
Yeah.
Like sometimes they just go full retard and just like follow a creep across halfway across the map, even though you should have switched aggro away. I know.
Yeah, on this
And
map,
now-
the pull is crazy that you can do in the center, right?
Yeah, towards the tavern.
A town is
And I feel like these AI bugs are getting worse and worse with the patches recently. It wasn't that bad on 1.29, I think.
Oh, XlorD is trying to surround the Ogre now. Speaking of which, that's very what? TP home, getting
Yeah,
harassed in the main actually.
That's a sick timing by Hawk, because the Hall of the Dead is halfway through done. So if you can kill even just 2 acolytes, this is so worth it.
He got one already.
Didn't the Lich see the AM when he left the base? Maybe he wasn't looking.
Apparently not.
And
But
I
no
think
narrow
Hawk,
tower in the main is so greedy, dude. It's only 100 gold.
Hawk is gonna pull that Ogre in center.
I thought Todd was gonna say, but 100 gold! Not this time.
Always 100 gold. And that Water Elemental still going strong. The Acolyte?
Oh, Ixie wants to snipe it. He's waiting on the high ground. Anakin, I got the high ground.
Not too easy though. There's a Storm Bolt. Ooh.
He used
got
both. That was way overkill, but gets it at least.
There's a lot of experience away from the MK. And
Yeah.
again, experience matters, levels matter a lot. This is not a good start for... I mean, the Acolyte kill was nice, and he kind of needed that. Because this MK is in Struggle City right now.
At least he got a great item from it. Lich isn't too far ahead, and he has
Player's
not
forces are
too
under
much
attack.
too close to his base as well. So it's not gonna be easy.
Ooh, Invis pushing on the Death Knight.
Oh, what?
He wants to go steal some item.
It's gonna be too late for the Rock Golem though, I think. Yeah. Thank you very much, Counterspell DE for the 9 months. Let's go Ixie, he says. Big invul, very nice for the MK. I would love a Dark Ranger now, and then be aggressive right away with Dark Ranger Orb. Don't let this MK creep. Oh, but XlorD supply stack.
A player's
No
forces
Dark Ranger
are
for
under
him.
attack.
Well, that's bonus experience pretty much for the Lich then. I guess only now starting the Ziggurat. That's so late.
Ooh, that Death Knight. I feel like he's gonna get the item here.
Yeah, I think so too. This image
you
supposed
don't-
to last forever. Like 2
Yeah,
minutes
if you
or
don't
something, right?
if you don't see anything nearby, you're not really worried about picking up the item as soon as possible. So if Hawk doesn't pay attention for just
Might be
1
forced
second.
into the invul then, but probably not. Hard to surround with so few footies.
No, but you don't reveal when you pick up the item. Oh, you think he's gonna steal?
He's gonna coil. Or is he? Maybe not.
No, I think he just wants to pick up the item and leave, but maybe.
I'd go for the coil. Do it.
Yeah.
It's worth the invul.
Yeah. Oh my god. Did he get it?
Yeah, Battle
Yeah.
of Giant Strength is his.
On my screen, the drake just disappeared. So really weird.
Sweet play by XlorD, who still made this Ziggurat mistake, but okay. It's the Crypt Lord again. Never
A player's
change a
forces
winning
are under
team, I
attack.
guess.
Yeah. He is gonna be the better late game hero. A little bit worse on level 1. Unless you hit amazing impales, then he's still really good.
I'm not taking being only level 2 here makes this fight really awkward.
Yeah.
Also, the entire
That's the big
army is
weakness
too big.
on Concealed. It's so hard to creep this MK if the undead is on top of you, which XlorD did an amazing job this game.
Like I thought upgrade wise that by now he would be getting +2. Alright. He's pulling the boys.
A player's
Well, actually, is he
forces are
sending
under
them at the
attack.
center? That camp
Gonna
is not
be-
cleared.
That would have been a sneaky expansion.
Well, they're not so sneaky, there's a sentry ward.
If there wasn't a sentry ward, that could have been a sneaky expansion.
Yeah. In another timeline.
XlorD again.
Pally's
trying to-
coming in though. Oh, the Lich almost surrounded. He is surrounded. Is he? He is. He has the invul. Needs to
And
transfer.
he gives the orb to the Archmage, I like that.
Oh, that impale though. Holy smokes.
Oh, picked
And
him
with
perfect.
that, this Tripler is a pretty good hero. But the,
There's a Stormbolt. No, actually there's not. There is only focus fire on the Lich, but too many coils. And Abomination coming in. No Disease Cloud yet. 2 priests
there's
survived.
one more
this.
impale. Soon one more Nova. There's the impale. Holy Light is getting dry though. Paladin almost out of mana. If the Crypt Lord dies, this doesn't matter. He did his job. He used the 2 impales. He forced a lot of mana out of the human. This is a really good game state, I'd say, for XlorD.
A player's forces are
Yeah,
under
+2
attack.
now on the way for Hawk. He's gonna turn around. The fact that he has the Legion Doomhorn makes it so much better for him, but he's still struggling in those fights to really kill anything because XlorD's so on point with the Death Coil.
Without Stormbolts, it's basically impossible to find kills here against good undeads.
Point of mana stealing was nice to have. Disease Cloud is ready as well. Double Slaughterhouse paying off. Both at 50. Hawk not breaking yet. Not ready to break yet.
I love how Hawk sent Militia again. Like, what do you think is gonna happen? XlorD's just gonna stand there and fight against Militia and like get surrounded with everything and lose everything? Come on.
Finally, some cripping time here for the MK. It's gonna be almost level 3. I'm really surprised he's not solo creeping him here. That's a big deal. This is actually a really big deal. He can't know for certain that he's gonna get another creep camp.
Ooh,
He's
I think
actually gonna
XlorD
expand.
is about to get creepjacked.
From the left hand
Went to
side.
those
And
from
those
Hawk.
speeds are very low.
Oh, yeah.
Stormbolt.
Sees it quick though. Sees it really quick.
Oh my
Hawk
god.
is ready.
Well, he went web, by the way.
Yeah.
Just for the Drake?
Just for the dragon, yeah.
A player's
XlorD has
forces
absolutely
are
no
under
idea about
attack.
this expansion. No.
Oh, he's getting MK3 just before going back to fight. And scrolls, I think. At least one.
Big invul for him as well. Little invul on the Paladin. Heal scroll on the Archmage. As you mentioned, level 3. Level 4 on the Archmage for level 2 Brilliance Aura. That's big level ups here. And the Lich is still struggling with the level 3 for the level 2 Nova. This is a great position for Hawk right now.
XlorD's really close to level ups though as well. That's why he wanted to take this camp.
Level 2 on the
Doesn't get the
pally
last
too.
hits, however.
He's just not getting them. Needed that impale to buy a little time, but he can't get the focus on the priest. They're constantly healing against the disease cloud.
Ooh, the
the crit roll out of position. Coil last second, but the block is still up. Impale to save him, but not for much longer as the Holy Light hits him.
He has bash, right? Yeah, he has bash. Yeah, he bashed it. Did you see that? He bashed the Creep Lord. So the Creep Lord was out of position, and Hawk was hitting it with his anti-army, and then he storm bolted it. That was one lucky bash. Like, I think without that, he doesn't kill the Creep Lord there.
He's gonna be back in a second as he's only level 1, of course. But yeah, this expansion goes through unpunished.
Oh, the priest on the X. Someone's using a priest.
Tanking hard.
Paladin level 3 here is almost GG, by the way. Like, it's so good. If you have Orb, this army, and then Mountain King level 3 and Paladin level 3, like, you're nuking power on whatever it is that you're targeting. An Abomination or Crypt Lord is gonna be insane.
That's so fast.
And he has +2 attack already, too.
Hawk didn't use a single consumable in the last fight.
How this game turned around so quick.
Crazy,
Insane.
huh?
I think XlorD disengaging and trading creeping for creeping was his big mistake, his big downfall. That was the first, and the second one not scouting the expansion. Up until then, he had a great game. He had a bit of a lead to a decent lead in the early tier 3 stages. But you can't let this strat creep, dude. You can't give him 3/3
Oh my
heroes
God.
on Paladin and MK.
What is this Sabom doing there?
Trying to find a way into the main to infect the workers, I guess.
What is this? Heroes of the Storm? Like, he wants to use Putrid Bile and then run away? And
Nobody
infect
knows
them?
what that means, Todd. Nobody's playing that game.
Oh my god. Calaris is gonna be nice.
We do have a fight now, and this Abomination is missing in that fight. He still has to. Siege continues. Necropolis not cancelled.
Hey, look at the center of the map.
Ah, alright, he sees it now. No additional gold for XlorD at the moment. This haunted gold mine comes through as it seems. The Necropolis is gone, bought some time. The Blight is there. But yeah, that's so much focus fire right now. Inner Fire recasted. Impale hitting good, but not perfect. Holy Light is on point and can't get the initial kills.
Angel being used here on the Crypt Lord, but one single destroyer here against this many units with Inner Fire. Some slows being used on top of this army, and XlorD is being chased back. Goes for one more destroyer. I think that was Crypt Lord taking a ton of damage. Goes for one more impale, but that army is healing itself so well with that many priests.
And these coils, you don't feel them anymore. With
Oh my god, and the
orb.
Abom in the center, by the way. Look at that Abom! Gonna kill everything! I think just give up the expo now if you're XlorD. Just camp in your base, get more statues, rebuild your mana pool, but Hawk is not letting that happen. He smells blood in the water, he's gonna jump on top of this army.
Crypt Lord is on the verge of dying so many times. Oh no, the DK out of nowhere getting nuked, and that's the nail in the coffin for XlorD, who sees himself in the losers group. Hawkman, he had to fight super hard, but he follows Happy and Spyro and Sonik into the winning 4.
Jesus Christ, Neo, I was looking at the Abom in the center. And then I hear, oh no!
Sorry, I didn't want to frighten you, but I guess that was a little important. Oh boy, cool games today. Sonic with the upset over Cash, who played human for whatever reason. I mean, that was justified, I guess, coming from the WGL qualifiers. Hawk winning 3-2. Was it closer than we all expected? I think so, right?
Yeah. Shitlord put up a bit of a fight.
You were so friendly and civilized at Iron Couch. What happened?
He beat me and then he trash talked me while he beat me.
Not at Iron Couch though, did he?
No. Well, in real life, no. But online, yes.
Oh, okay. Well, didn't have chance to do that today. He's gonna be playing, in the losers group now against, who might that be? Side, Thorzane, or Cash?
pretty tough, man. It doesn't really matter if you're on the winners or the losers group. Like, these games will be super hard. We will draw the matches, I think, either tomorrow or on Monday. But what I can tell you guys out there is our co-caster for next Saturday. Last week we had Wan. This week, of course, we had ToD with us. And next week, we felt like, okay, we had Germany with an undead. We had France with a human. What do we need? I felt like we need to go a
An
little...
Albanian with an orc, so you're getting Enna. No, sorry, go ahead, continue.
We do go for an orc. We do go for bald orc, but not Anna. We go to Sweden and catch a little Nov.
Nice.
Yeah,
Cool.
Bring some positivity to this stream, and maybe some tips how to work out and do a diet and be happy in life and stuff. PMA, whatever.
He's gonna put the whole chat on a meal plan. We're all gonna play so bad.
Yeah, looking forward
mean-
to that.
Chad is already playing bad, ToD. There's no reason to worry about that.
All right, then that's it for today. Tomorrow we continue with Penguin Sky Cup. We have the match of LP Club versus winners, and then W3IL, where we see the current champions, Oceanus, facing the Bulgarians of Team Bulgaria. It's gonna be good. Remo, you're lazy tomorrow, right?
I'm working, bruh.
Working. So it's gonna be me. ToD, it was a pleasure to have you with us. If you want to plug something like your stream, Twitter, and whatever, if you have some words to the viewers, this is your moment now.
Likewise, thank you for having me. Yeah, you can find me on Twitch, ToDs, on Twitter, Johan Merlo, and YouTube, ToD Gaming. Really, that's like the main three for Warcraft that I use. I stream pretty often, but these days I had a lot of allergies, so I was kind of dying every day. So that's why the last few days I haven't streamed as much, but usually I'm streaming very regularly. So again, thank you guys for having me, and I'll see you guys later.
Thanks for powering through the allergies, and thank you, Buffalo Joe, for the Prime sub. This is it. Tomorrow, of course, you all watch the TI finals. Go OG, and then you tune in at 1 p.m. to Back to Warcraft. Until then, check out the streams and the links in the description if you want to support us in any way. Like us on social media, comment on our social media posts, share our posts, or just tip us a little at Streamlabs, buy our merch, use our ref links. And, of course, watch without adblock. Here are the Do Nuts Goodbye routine. See you next week for W League, and see you tomorrow for all the other great Warcraft stuff we have. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.